Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just about 1 o'clock in Honolulu, 6 o'clock in New York. It is Thursday, February the 20th, 2020, and this is the Daily Report for Gold and Silver. Interesting day in that, with the exception of platinum, all of the other precious metals did move higher. U.S. equities came under moderate pressure today. There's two primary factors that influence higher gold pricing today. Of course, is the continuing concern that the coronavirus is spreading. Although some health authorities from China say that that spreading is slowing down, there really is no technical evidence to point to that. So we're still really up in the air as to how serious this epidemic will become. The second thing is minutes were released from the Federal Reserve, and the minutes in essence conveyed what we heard during the press conference with Jerome Powell, in which he said that he's willing to use quantitative easing if needed. In other words, it seems as though they're setting up a defensive plan for some sort of downturn in the economy, and of course, a continuation of the spread of the virus would result in just that. Let's take a look at our prices, and then we'll talk about our current trade. Traders, an extremely solid move in gold futures today, up about $10.50 during the morning session throughout New York. Of course, a break came after that. We're now looking at prices in Australia up an additional $3.40. We marked it at $1,620. We are now closer to $1,624. A very, very nice move today in gold. Palladium also traded higher today. It closed at an all-time record high above 2,600 now, 2,606, a $32 gain. And again, this is on top of the net change that we saw in New York. Silver is trading higher today, 1838. That's up 6 cents. Add that to the 3.5 cents from the morning session. And then finally, platinum, which was trading lower on the day, has made up about half of those losses at $983.20. And traders, once again, that is all with tailwinds of a stronger dollar, quickly approaching 100 at 99.78. Let's take a look at our trade and talk about our current strategy. As you can see, when we look at the last 5 consecutive trading days, and I'm not including this afternoon session, we have seen this market rise and rise quite nicely. We've got solid green candles all the way up. We had the breakout that occurred just a few days ago, and that really pushed the market higher. Of course, we entered our trade at about 1604.30. That is just above this mark here. Market is currently trading near 1625. Yesterday, we moved our stop just below 1600 at 1596.13, so it's just below this mark here. Now, as of now, there really is no sense to trail that stop up higher. What I am looking to do, my strategy is that if we get an effective base formed above this former top at 1613, we'll want to move our stop just around this area. And so this is the area that we'll be looking to trail our stop up to, but I don't believe that it's time yet. We have to account for intraday volatility. If this market continues to move up in the way that it has, we should not really see it back off. And if we do, that's a signal that we could be at a top or a consolidating area. But for right now, traders, my recommendation is to maintain your current long position and to maintain your current stop. And traders, we are looking at a monthly chart of palladium futures. And the reason I'm using such a long time span is to literally show you that over the last couple of months, we have the true definition of a parabolic rise up. Especially for the last 4, 5, 6 months, it's pretty much been a straight linear line up. We've talked about the numbers that we thought it could approach. The first numbers that we were looking at was around 2,800 and then as high as about 3,000. But traders, this is a unique situation in which we have an automotive industry that requires palladium for catalytic converters, and Europe and China are changing their regulations in terms of cars emission. That could continue to drive palladium prices up as the demand overwhelms the supply. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the weekly wrap-up and review. Bye-bye.